Merlin Olsen's husband of many years, Dave Carlson, suffers amnesia after a car accident, mistaking his first love for his wife. Dave forgot that he gained weight to become a 300-pound obese man to save Merlin. He also forgot to confront Merlin's beastly adoptive father and die together in a fire. He forgot that after his release from prison, he discovered she was penniless and forced himself to become Mr. Carlson. Dave allowed his first love into their home, treating Merlin and her son like a monster. She struggles to hold on, hoping for the day he regained his memory. However, after being raped, she overheard him on the phone with a friend. If I had met Merlin first, perhaps Lily Franco would be the one I used as practice for marriage now. But Lily is back. The position of Mrs. Carlson must be hers. I should have pretended to be a thug. That way she would have learned her lesson. Merlin watched him slam the door on her, and her eyes suddenly welled up. She had no intention of putting up with a man like this anymore. Turning away, she went downstairs and started the car. Her child was waiting for her at home. The car slowly started moving. The cold night wind rushed in through the car window. This was the first time she hadn't disturbed Dave's good time since she learned he was faking amnesia, yet he had someone deliberately rear-end her car. Does it feel good to bully someone, Merlin? Lily was so scared until she couldn't sleep all night. Are you satisfied now? He grabbed her by the back of her collar and slammed her against the smoking hood of the car. Even if you misunderstand me as your husband, you shouldn't have driven Lily to such a desperate situation. She just returned to the country all alone and helpless. You're still torturing her like this. Are you trying to kill her? Human life matters most. How can you be so cruel and shameless? The hood of the car sizzled against her cheek, but Merlin seemed oblivious to the pain. Who had been the one being mocked from beginning to end? And who was being intimidated now? Was she just supposed to obediently wait to die, without even the right to fight back? At this moment, Merlin finally answered her grandmother's question in her heart, because Dave no longer loved her. He had risked his life to donate bone marrow for her, served time in jail, and even gone to sea. Before overhearing the phone call, she foolishly chose to believe him. She believed he had only lost his memory in a car accident and mistaken Lily for her, which was why his feelings, and his treatment of her and their son, had changed so drastically. Merlin never dared to dream that the amnesia was fake, the love was fake, and even the marriage was just a tool to use her as a practice subject. The man who spoke gently even to the waitress, whose manners were ingrained in his bones, actually disguised himself as a thug and raped her to force her to leave. Thinking you're my husband. That's right. All these years it was just wishful thinking on her part, just a pathetic joke. She laughed, but unlike her usual gentle laughter, it revealed a calmer and more clear-headed side. Stop pretending to have amnesia, Dave. It's pointless. I'll only ask one question. Have you ever, even for a moment, truly liked me? Dave showed no embarrassment at being exposed, nor did he try to distance himself from her as before. Instead, he smiled slightly, carefree and unrestrained, indescribably handsome. In all these years, she had never seen him smile with such youthful energy, while Lily, with just her appearance, effortlessly possessed a tenderness she could never attain in her entire life. Her eyes instantly reddened, and she hastily lowered her head, burying her tears in her clothes. Answer me. She lowered her head, watching the gradually falling rain, stubbornly wanting an answer, but the only response she received was the cold, icy rain. Then, Dave actually sent Merlin to prison on charges of instigating murder. The last time he was in jail, Dave had just finished off Merlin's stepfather, his face covered in soot, yet he shouted with radiant joy, "There are no more beastly fathers in this world, only me, Merlin, who loves you." This time he was dressed in a suit and tie, his stunningly beautiful face hidden in the light. Yet he said, "The old you would never have been so unreasonable." She had been deceived by him for so many years, living as a dependent in his own home, being taken advantage of by Lily, and yet he still scolded her for being unreasonable.